Good afternoon, everybody. There we go. Let's get this show on the road then, shall we? Now, I put out a live stream that I recorded yesterday, basically about Leeds and how the rioters in there caused all sorts of damage, flipping up cars, setting fire to double-decker buses, you know, that usual thing. But what if I told you now that a local woman during those riots was arrested by the police for hurty words towards the rioters and to tell the police to do the jobs that they were paid to do? I can't even say I'm surprised anymore, because this is basically a dime a dozen. Much better, I can see now. Anyway, this kind of shit happens a dime a dozen now. Like, you could literally finger a copper doing this every single day at this point. Because, let's face it, the coppers are cowards. The coppers are cowards that would rather take the easy way out rather than deal with the problem. It's like when you tell a child who's just made a mess in his room, rather than clean it up, oh, it's okay, mummy or daddy will do that for you, and put your toys away so you can make the same mess again. That's basically what the cops are doing right now. Rather than deal with the trash that is making this mess, the illegal immigrants that now a lot of them will definitely have no right to be here, but had no legal or human right to be here in the first place, rather than deal with them, our police force is more interested in arresting a local woman because she used inflammatory language. Need I say more? Like, at this point, they may as well have said, we don't give a f*** about the rioters, we're only coming after ordinary white British people, because f*** the hard way. They may as well be saying that at this point. But of course the mainstream media won't tell you this like that. You know the drill, folks, because say it with me, it doesn't suit the narrative. They would rather piss their pants, and as soon as shit hits the fan, they're running in the opposite fucking direction. And I could probably do with a bit more running like that. But this isn't about what I need to do. This is what about the police need to do. The police need to release that woman off of charges right now. Because there is no bloody reason why she should be in jail for merely stating her opinion. Now, if she started using the N-word or started using slurs towards these people and basically being a racist bigot, maybe then you could argue something. But it doesn't change the fact that they are, rather than prioritising the rioters, they're dealing with the people who want the police to do their damn job. It's disgusting. And the police wonder why the British public have lost all respect for them. It's because of this. They're more interested in coming after patriots. And as I said in the last stream, if we were to flip the script and it was a load of English football fans going out there causing riots and damage, do you really think they would be running away from them? No, they wouldn't. They would be getting out their batons at the first instance they had, and they'd be beating the shit out of them. These are the clear double standards and the two-tier policing we're currently facing. This is why I often say we need to take out the trash. Namely, the corrupt establishment, the corrupt and incompetent police who are too cowardly to do anything for fear of being called racist, and of course the illegal immigrants themselves who do not want to integrate but rather subjugate. Which, of course, is something the mainstream media don't want you to know about. Is this what they want? Do they actually want violent revolution? Do they actually want this country to go down that dark path? Because I'll tell you one thing, it will mean millions of people dead. It'll mean blood on the streets like nothing this country has ever seen before. It'll lead to a huge upset among ordinary people who wanted to see this end peacefully, but now have to sit there and wait for a violent revolution to blow over because of the fact our government, our police, and our media are complicit in the destruction and decay of our country. I don't want a violent revolution, far from it. I will always condemn the people who do it, but I'll completely understand why they feel they may have been pushed to that path. Because, let's face it, as I said, if we were to change the roles here and it was a load of white British people coming in to invade their own country, I don't know why, but hey ho, let's go with it, they would never run away from them. They would never run away from ordinary patriots. They would call in multiple police forces to collaborate with them and do everything they can to stop the far-right threat. The only far-right in this country right now is Islam. The one that wants to impose a caliphate on this country, that wants to see women treated as second-class citizens, that wants to see gay people thrown off the top of buildings, one that makes it so apostasy is punishable by death, so if you try to convert away from Islam, you die. Those are the real far-right, the real fascists who want to stop all political opposition. And our media and our government, our police, are handing it to them on a silver plate. Hell, even a gold plate. The same gold, I suspect, Gordon the Bullion Blundering Brown has sold off to other countries for a fraction of its market price. These kinds of things infuriate us because it showcases what contempt the police actually have for their own damn citizens. The people who really do pay for their jobs, who we expect to protect its realm, fight crime, stop criminals, and to some lesser extent, stop the terrorists. But instead, they're going after and attacking ordinary people. Well, I'll say this much. If you want a violent revolution, you're going the right way about it, establishment. You're going the right way about it. And what will you do? You'll probably try to bring the army in. But the trouble is, a lot of the army aren't the woke NPCs that you're expecting them to be. A lot of them have said, back when Boris Johnson, the clown, was in power, that they would rather support the people rather than the politicians, rather than the corrupt establishment. So if they do decide to do this, all it'll take is a few of these army members who aren't woke to start training up people, and all of a sudden there is going to be a civilian army, the likes of which this government has never seen before, and will completely rip them to pieces with this. Which is something the mainstream media also don't want to talk about, because they know it's a very real possibility. All you have to do is give these people a reason, and they'll go out fighting. I don't want it. I don't advocate for it. I would consider this like the absolute worst case scenario. But if the establishment continues down this path, there are going to be a few people that completely lose all patience and take matters into their own hands. And when that happens, I dread to see what will happen when the roads and the rivers and the streets run red with the blood of patriots and invaders trying to destroy this very country.